I'm going to tell you all a story related to my experience with the police. Miscommunication that occurred about 7 years ago. It's a funny story about a misunderstanding. It often happens. Well, one thing that happened to me, my experience about 5 or 6 years ago, I was working at Gallaudet University. I was flying to different places, to institutes for the deaf. One time I flew to LAX. I landed. I'm driving. It's nighttime. It's really dark. I'm driving down I-5 South. And then, what happens? I see sirens. So I pull over, and I'm waiting. You know, normally a cop will come over the driver's side of the car. So I'm waiting 5, 6, 7 minutes. Nothing. I look in the rearview mirror. There's nothing. I look over my left shoulder. I don't see anything. There's no cop. So then all of a sudden I look over to the right, and there's the cop there. He's yelling at me. He's got his gun drawn. And he's standing on the passenger side of the car. So I put my hands up. I mean, of course, I don't hear anything. The cop's yelling at me, and I've got my hands up. So the cop starts to inch forward. He puts his gun back in the holster. You know, he opens up the door, and I show him my license. You know, he's looking me up and down, and you know, he goes ahead and gives me a ticket for speeding. Just a ticket. I mean, I was only going 57 in a 55 mile per hour zone, but I guess they're real strict. So he gave me a ticket, and that was it. I'm thinking, that's weird that the cop had his gun drawn and everything. So the next day I'm giving a lecture. This man comes up to me. We're talking, and I'm explaining to him what happened, and he's like, well, you know, before there was an altercation with a black person that the driver had been pulled over, and when the cop had approached on the driver's side, the driver had shot him. And so ever since then, the cops come over on the other side of the car for safety. And, you know, that's what they do from now on. So that's why that happened. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess that makes sense to me. And, you know, I just thought it was an interesting story about something that had occurred as a miscommunication with the police.